The other day at breakfast, my daughter was like, "You have lines." And she pointed right there. She traced those lines. And I do have lines. And these, I'm almost 39. They are lines that have appeared on my face in the last, I don't know, 5, 7 years. They've always been there, but they've gotten deeper and deeper. And I have a lot of thoughts about them. I see them in pictures and I see how they've changed my face. And I also see how I could change it, right? Like I'm always like going like this, like, oh, is this why people get Botox? Because then the lines would disappear. And I'm also someone who is really conscious of trying to break cycles as far as the things that I teach my daughters, and also trying to unlearn a lot of the really unhelpful conditioning that women in this culture get about what is beautiful and what is not. Like, fat is bad, old is bad, and really trying to question that and be like, okay, I do have lines. And just sit with that. And I have chosen not to get Botox thus far. And this is not a judgment on anyone who has. But it's really interesting and tempting in this moment in our culture when it's really accessible and really common. And even while, at least in the circles I run in, there are so many people who are like, let's challenge the patriarchal beauty standards. It's still very uncomfortable to age as a woman in this culture. We have been conditioned our entire lives, 38 years, almost 39 years of conditioning, that these are bad. And so when my daughter said that, I was like, okay, pause. And then I was like, yeah, I do have lines. And then I smiled and I was like, look, that's what these lines are from. They're from smiling. This is from 38 years of talking and like having expressions and laughing and like making faces at you guys. And I do have lines. My face shows that I am getting older. And I didn't say all that to her. I was just like, these lines are from smiling. Yep, mommy has lines. Sharing this in case you too are either raising kids that you're trying to break cycles for, or just aging with all of the awareness, all of the new stories that maybe we're trying to adopt, like pro-aging, pro-lines, like letting ourselves just like be who we are without filters. And if you choose to do Botox, like that is something that is your choice. I support a human's right to choose what they do with their body. This is not a judgment on modifying ourselves. It's just a questioning of why we think we have to, and a naming of how uncomfortable it can be to age in a culture that has sent us so many mixed messages.